fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are going to be taking a look at combining the 3 Shinkalion robots into the one larger Shinkalion robot. You just need the 3 main robots for that. Of course, you will also need the extra pieces, the combination pieces that they include with each of the robots, so you'll need that as well. But you don't need any of the auxiliary vehicles or anything like that. You can use them for weapons for the larger robot, but just for the larger robot, you just need these 3 here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll start with the E5 and I'll show you how to kind of disassemble, and we'll do each robot individually for the components that they're going to be part of. Alright, so for this combination, I'm going to use the E5 as the core. I'll probably use the E6 as the right side, and I'll use the E7 as the left side. But just know that you can mix and match any of this. You can use any of the robots as the centerpiece. You don't even have to keep all the red on one side and all the blue on the other side. You could mix and match and do whatever you want and get crazy with it. But the combination steps will still be the same. So I'm just going to show you the E5 here as the core. So as you might expect, we're going to basically completely disassemble everything. We're going to leave this section here like this. We're going to pop off the legs. These legs will actually come into play later, but we're going to fold these up and then spin these around and then tab these into the foot like so. So flip this up, fold this in like this, and then we'll just put these off to the side for later. We're going to disconnect these sections here, and then we're going to fold up the arms like that. So pop this off and fold the arms up like so. Okay, then we have to take what was the crotch piece and split this in half like this. We're going to take our combination piece, we're going to disconnect this section, and then we're going to orient it like this. And then you can see how there's clips here on the sides, and that is where we are going to clip the 2 halves of the crotch piece. There we go. So now we have this kind of larger waist piece here, and we still have a swivel, which is nice. It's a little abbreviated, but you can still swivel from side to side. You can actually tilt, because this could also be a foot piece, so you have a little bit of a waist tilt, which is a weird thing. But then we're going to connect this piece here into here. So that's going to connect onto there. So now we have kind of the torso and waist of the larger robot. We're going to take these 2 pieces and we are going to peg them together like this. And then you can see how they have these channels with these tabs right here and here. And that is going to slide in right here. So this is just going to pop on here like this. Then this piece here is going to wedge in. Let me see if I remember how this connects here. Oh, you know what? I think I have to connect the hands first. So take these 2 hands, peg these together like so, and then the fists are going to peg on here. So we'll push these, snap these on here like this. And then I'm trying to remember, oh, that's right, this goes like this. So you can see how there are these 2 little notches here. They're going to wedge in onto these little pieces here and here. So you just pop this on. It's not the best connection, but if we pop this here, that should wedge on. And it just kind of stores there. I kind of wish that was more of a solid connection. But honestly, you don't have to put it on there if you don't want to. It's just somewhere to store it. But you could leave it off to the side. It doesn't matter. So I guess kind of technically the same with the hands. If you don't like the look of them here, you could just leave them off to the side. This is just really storage for the extra pieces. But here is our completed torso. Now I wish that there was an extra head piece or something, because you have to use just one of the heads of the robots and it kind of comes off disproportionate. It's a little small. But overall, here is our torso piece. Alright, so moving on to the E6. Once again, we are going to disconnect these. This will actually fold down and become our toe, and you can kind of see that this is going to be like the ankle joint, so you get a lot of nice side-to-side tilt there and a little bit of a swivel. We're going to put that there for now. We're going to remove this piece here that we used to use as a shield. We're going to put that off to the side, and then we will rotate this like this. So the way that this piece is molded, which is actually kind of cool, because it can be a fist for either side, it's kind of got a thumb on both sides, which looks a little weird. But the reason you have this piece here is to slide it up as a guard to cover the thumb you don't want. And then that way it'll look like just a hand with one thumb, which I think is kind of a neat way to do that. Because I was wondering how the fists were going to work, but it's just a very simple way to cover the other one so that you can have kind of a normal looking robot fist there, which I thought was kind of cool. So we'll put that down. We're going to disassemble all of this. Pop this off. So we're going to have to push this piece down. Then we're going to have to flip this open, which can be a little easier said than done. I don't know why. I find it kind of difficult to open this up. I mean, you could kind of grab it by this, but I don't recommend that because I don't want to put stress on this piece of it. But can I actually, I guess I could just push it from underneath. That's probably the easiest way to go. So rotate the head 180. This whole section will flip down. This will flip down, and this will close like we're transforming it back into train mode. But then we're going to grab just this piece and flip this down like that. So keeping this closed, keeping the head down there, and just rotating the abdomen piece from the smaller robot. So we have that. We're going to take these pieces off of the arms. We're going to take the arms and fold them in, very much like we are transforming into train mode. So fold that up like that. And then on the inside of the arms, you can see that there is another joint right here. So this will flip out like that. We're going to do the same thing over here. So flip this out. And then we're going to combine the two hands together like so. So line this up and make sure this is connected. So there you go. We have that. We're going to take that hand piece, and you have two pegs underneath that are going to peg into the two fists. So you'll just pop this over top. Make sure that's nice and connected. So you can see we kind of have our elbow / forearm piece here for the larger robot. Then we are going to take this and connect this into here. And then we can kind of put that off to the side for a moment. We're going to bring our legs and everything back and disconnect these pieces. We'll start working on the legs. So the connection piece here, you're going to take these, and they are going to, this peg will peg into here. You can see how there's kind of a little channel. That's for this piece to rest in. So when you pop this on here, like so, do I have this upside down? No, this should be correct. Alright, I'll have to look at this for a minute. This is supposed to fit in there. Alright, let me double check this. Okay, yeah, I did. I had them upside down. I was trying to peg it in like this. It's actually this one. What? As I throw this. Okay. It's this piece here. So this is going to rest in it from the other side. So when you pop this on here, now you can see that that's sitting in the channel. So I just had it upside down. And then this will peg onto the other side. And this kind of gives it really nice heels, which I appreciate. So that's really nice. We're going to take one of these. Let's see. Close these up like so. And I think for this, we want this one. So we're going to take this. And we're actually going to peg this into one of the underarms like this. And then this will flip up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have to do that beforehand. Otherwise, it won't clear. So flip this up. And then when you peg this in to the outermost piece, then this will come up and peg into the side of the arm. So that kind of gives that a little bit more heft, a little bit more weight to the arm, fills it out a little bit. Now, if you want, the directions kind of just have that there like that, but if you want to push that down, if you like that look better, you could do that. It really doesn't matter. But there we go. So that arm is completed. Now, if we come back to, we have our kind of foot and ankle piece here. We're going to take this, kind of push that all the way down like so. we're going to take the other foot and we're going to flip this in and peg this in like this. And then we're going to want to come over here and grab one of our 2 green legs that we've had sitting and waiting. And we're going to peg that into this, like so. And then we're going to take this and connect this on top like that. This, make sure that's pushed together, is going to fit into here. There we go. Make sure that's all really nice and solidly combined. And then we're going to take this shield piece, these 2 connectors here, are going to peg in here and here. And that will do that. And then there we go. So we have one of our legs and one of our arms. So I'm going to complete this exact process with the E7, just slightly mirrored. I'm not going to go through the steps again because they're exactly the same, but I'll show you the finished result in a moment. So now that we have all of our components, we can go ahead and attach these. So we'll pop on these 2 legs, like that, and like that. Now, the legs are ridiculously tall, especially compared to the arms. I do wish the arms were a little bit longer. But what you can kind of do, what I like to do anyway, is kind of, you know, give him a crouch. Where is the knee joint? I know he has one. Here we go. I was like, I have to remember where the knee joint is actually located. But because he's got those nice big heels, you know, you can kind of... But it does look kind of silly because he's like so crouched. The legs are so forward. But then we'll go ahead and connect these pieces on just like any other arms. So let me angle this up. So I like it a lot. I like the robot. I think this combination is really neat. But the legs are just so ridiculously long. Like it's kind of comical. Now he does have ankle tilt, so we'll go ahead, give him some ankle tilt here so he'll stand for us. There we go. I mean, even if you just kind of like widen the legs, it helps a little bit too, but it's a really cool looking combination. I really like it a lot. The arms are definitely not in proportion to the legs. They're just, I don't want to say twice as long, but at least 1.5 times as long. And I really wish we had some kind of headpiece that we could put over top of this because he needs a bigger head. It's just, again, not in proportion. But, I mean, it's pretty cool, and there's really not a ton of kibble. I mean, he's got the nice big heels down here, which I appreciate. He's got this little bit here on the back, but, you know, it just kind of becomes a backpack. Doesn't really get in the way of anything. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. Let's go into articulation. So the head hasn't changed. Articulation's the same there. Still have the same ratchets here, which is nice. You can use this as kind of an out to the side bend a little bit, but of course these are going to start to pop up if you push it up too far. So a little bit limited range of motion there. But you do get to use that waist swivel as kind of a bicep swivel. You do have your elbow joint. Can't really move the fist at all. You can move this piece around the fist, but that doesn't make any sense. So there's not really anything in the forearm or wrist. This, you have a swivel up here. You should have a limited swivel down here. You have the same ratchet as the individual robot mode. That's the same. Thigh swivel's the same. You can see that the knee joints down here are actually the knee joints of the robot. They've just obviously been moved down. And then you have the ankle tilt here. I don't think there's any front to back. I guess there's a swivel. There is a swivel. But I kind of wish there was some front to back movement. You can kind of move the toe a little bit, but not much. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I like it a lot, except for the couple proportion issues. I love that. And like I said, you can mix and match this however you want. So, you know, switch who's in the middle, switch the sides. You could even, like I said, use one red, one blue, one red, one blue. Switch the legs, mix and match the colors, you know, have them be like straight down the middle, use a red piece here and a blue piece here, something like that. Use green for the kneecaps, whatever you want to do. I mean, you can literally mix and match all of these parts. Now, the last thing that we can do, we can bring in the auxiliary weapons for, or auxiliary vehicles for weapons, I should say. So if we pull out these pieces here, and I think I showed this off when I actually did the videos, how to build these larger weapons. And the larger weapons were more so meant for this mode, but of course you could use them for the smaller robots as well. So to build the larger gun, you take, this goes like this, and this goes like this, and then you slide this one here into the back, and that makes a larger gun, which you can go ahead and pop into this fist here. It's a little bit snug, I'll be honest. It will go, but there we go. So now he has that gun. The directions also show kind of using this as a shield. So you should be able to pop this on there. So there you go. If you want to use that as an arm shield, you can. So that's kind of cool. Taking the sword pieces from the trailer, you can connect this here like that, and then this connects here, and then this connects on top of this to make a larger sword, which has kind of a cool look to it. I like that. I like how much they've like the sword is in scale, you know what I mean? Like they've increased the size, so I think that kind of works. Now for the drill pieces, there's a way you can connect them. I don't remember exactly what it is. I was trying to look at this, but I think what you're supposed to do is just these pieces. These are supposed to peg on somewhere, and I think what you do, actually, I think what you do is you just take the fist off. So, like, if you take this entire fist section off, like that, and then you could just peg these in. Oh, I'd have to use the other one. Hold on. Come on. Then you could peg this over here like this, I think, and put that back on. So if you wanted to give him a drill arm, I feel like that, it's fine. It doesn't work great. It's a little small, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. But yeah, so you can use all of the weapons from the auxiliary vehicles. I mean, technically, if you wanted to get creative and try to find places where you could peg these in, you might be able to find somewhere. You know, all the connection points are very similar, so it's up to you. Whatever you want to, you know, try to get creative with, I'm sure you could find something, but these are kind of like the official configurations that they mentioned, so. But yeah, I think this is cool. I like the giant gun. I like the sword. I like the giant robot. It's got great articulation, even still in this mode, which is awesome. Yeah, like I said, my only complaint, I wish there was a new head that we could put on top, because it should have a larger head, and I wish the legs were more in proportion to the arms. It's not terrible, but the arm should be a little longer for legs that long. But otherwise, really cool. And a lot of interchangeability. Like I said, different combinations you can come up with. All that stuff's very, very cool. So this is a really fun added feature. I mean, the individual robots are great. The combinations with the auxiliary weapons are great. And this combined mode is great. So I definitely recommend picking up these 3 sets, because there's so much you can do with them. And this is just really, really cool. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.